You can join me for this 30-day challenge on the Yoga Plus app and on Amazon Prime Video. Hey there, it's Julia Marie, and I am so excited to present this video to you because if you have ever wondered how to have a stronger upper body in postures like crow and downward facing dog, or you've said to yourself, ouch, my wrists hurt, my elbows hurt, what do I do? This is a fantastic video for you. I have 5 poses that are going to help you level up your strength, power up your practice for your upper body and your shoulders specifically. And when you feel stronger there, things where you are balancing on your hands, or you're spending time in downward facing dogs, or you're taking your chaturangas and your vinyasa classes, feel a little bit easier because you feel a whole lot stronger. As we get started, I'm gonna have us open up our shoulders and our wrists a little bit so that when we jump into these postures, we feel really prepared. So, allow your hands to come to big kind of starfish hands. Tuck your thumbs in, wrap your fingers around, and then roll your wrists in some circles. And it's important to keep your wrists pretty tight, or your fists rather pretty tight, so you start to loosen up the muscles on your wrists. Go in both directions. Good. And then pop open your hands and spread your fingers to the webbing as far as you can and pump the hands a couple times. Good. Take your right hand out in front of you. From the base of the fingers, pull back. Press the heel of the hand away. Keep the thumb involved so the thumb is also reaching. Good. Now flip the fingers down from right up by the wrist, from the back of the hand, pull. Keep the arms straight, so if you can straighten the elbow, do that. And we'll take that on the other side. Pull back, press the heel of the hand forward. Then reach the fingers down and pull the hand back. Elbow stays straight. Good. Drop your hands to your lap. Roll your shoulders back by lifting up to your ears, squeezing them back a few times. So up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Good. And then take them forward. Good. And now take them in the opposite direction. One is forward, one is back, and you switch. So really important just to feel your shoulder blades slide and glide on your back body. Good, come back to the center. Last little warm up, reach to the ceiling and then actively pull down. Let your elbows come behind you. Continue to pull the ribs in so you're not popping your belly forward. Instead, you're focusing on your shoulders and your upper back, and do that a couple times. Reach overhead, cross the wrists, exhale and pull down. Overhead, reach, exhale and pull down. 2 more times. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Now that we've stretched out our shoulders a little bit, let's get into some postures that help us feel super duper strong in our shoulders and in our upper body. Start in tabletop. Hands underneath your shoulders. Belly's drawn in. As we move through this exercise, it's going to be really important that you keep spine support and stability. So I want you to draw your belly button in towards your spine and find that corset action around your waist, like everything is pulling in to stay stable. All right, press down through your shins and your hands, open up your collarbones so they feel wide, and then with all of your finger pads, so not just the heel of the hand, the entire hand, press down through the left hand, take your right hand to your left shoulder, but you want to keep both shoulders level to the earth, so if you just dip down a lot, pull yourself back up. You should actually be able to feel your deltoid here working. Good. Switch hands, right hand down, left hand cups and taps the shoulder. As you push into the earth, notice if you wobble to the torso, keep it stable and square to the ground. Great. So let's level up this pose. Pop up onto your toes so you're coming into a high plank, and let your feet be as wide as your mat. Hips stay in line with the armpits so your butt's not up to the ceiling. Keep it nice and level. Left hand down, you can center it a little bit if you need to, if that helps with support. Right hand cups the shoulder, keep your hips level. So you're getting double action here. You're getting shoulder stability and core support. Switch sides, right hand down, hips stay level. Left hand comes to your right shoulder. Both legs are active. Then release both hands. Drop your knees. Sit back on your heels and roll your shoulders a couple times. So if you felt your body shaking and quaking there, you can alternate your shoulder taps. So that'll be the last thing we do before we move on to the next posture. So you can do this alternating shoulder tap from your tabletop, or you can come up onto your toes and keep your feet wide. Hips are down and level with your armpits, and we're just gonna tap it out slowly. Tap, tap. Good. Notice if your hips are swinging a lot. Remember, you're getting double action here. You're getting core strength as well as shoulder strength. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Come on down. We're gonna come all the way onto the mat. Bring your belly to the floor. First, we'll work from Cobra, and then we'll power it up into Locust. Allow your gaze to come down to the mat so that the back of your neck is long. Your toes can either be tucked under for support or pressed down into the mat for support. Reach your arms forward. On your exhale, just like we did in our warm-up, I want you to pull your elbows down, but as you do that, lift your chest up just a little bit. Good, so inhale, reach forward, and then it's a pulling action. Exhale, make a fist and pull your shoulder blades together and pull your elbows towards your hips. Keep going with that. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, pull. Really squeeze your upper back. One more time. Reach it forward. Pull. Lift your chest off your yoga mat and release. So now we can power that up by also adding the legs. Just makes it a little bit more challenging. Inhale, reach everything forward. Exhale, pull. Lift your legs. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Hug your elbows down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift and pull. Lengthen, lift and pull. If at any point this is too much for your back, keep your feet on the ground. Lengthen, lift and pull. Last time, lengthen, pull, and then hold. Allow your elbows to stay up in line with your ribs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your fingertips closer to the ceiling 1 inch and release. Press yourself up to tabletop. Give yourself a moment to just roll your shoulders back a couple times before we come back down to our belly. Let your neck and your jaw soften. All right, let's come on back down. That is something I notice when I start to emphasize my upper body. My upper traps and my jaw want to be too helpful. And we want to make sure that we're also incorporating all the other beautiful muscles that we got going on in our arms and our shoulders and our upper back. So if you notice you get really tight here too, you're probably overcompensating with those upper traps. So in the next exercise, you're not really going to be able to do that. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. So we're coming into a Sphinx, and these are Sphinx Roll-Ups. The way that we start is to have a lower range of motion, and then as we start to power it up, we increase our range of motion. So tuck your toes, pull the chest forward, and then just start to hug your rib cage together until your belly button lifts off the mat and hugs in towards the spine. Now, here you're going to notice that this is mostly core. Add the arms by pressing your forearm into the mat. You'll feel your chest turn on too. Press your forearms into the mat. You'll feel your chest turn on too. And then roll back down. Good, so we're going to increase the range of motion. Press into your yoga mat. Pull your belly off your yoga mat. Start to lift up. This time, lift your thighs off the mat and steer your tail towards the back of your knees. Press into your arms, roll back down. And now we're gonna take the entire sequence, the entire exercise. Lift the belly in, pull your hips up, lift your thighs and your knees, press into your forearms, and keep your chest wide open. Stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, reversing the way you came up. Open the chest, exhale, roll all the way up. Ribs in, belly up, pelvis up, thighs up, hold. Press through your forearms. Keep your collarbones wide. Stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Good. Press yourself up to tabletop. Sit back on your heels. Give your shoulders a moment to release. Good. From there, we're going to go into a posture I'm sure you're familiar with, downward facing dog. Come to tabletop. Tuck your toes behind you. Your hands are about shoulders width distance. Lift your hips up and back. Allow your neck to go long in your upper arm bones. So rather than having your shoulders way up by your ears, can you spin your arm bones towards your ears so it feels like your biceps are getting closer to your earlobes. And then as you press into your hands, your upper back will feel broad and your chest will feel broad. So if you went from this sort of narrow reach where your shoulder blades are hugging together and you're uncomfortable in your neck, can you wrap your elbows towards the ground a little bit and let your shoulder blades move back towards your hips? How we can start to build some strength here for our upper body is by emphasizing the press through our hands, distributing that weight in both hands all the way down through our knuckles and fingertips. So rather than just dumping in the wrists here and hoping for the best, be honest about it and really press into your hands. Allow your arms to be strong. Push the ground away. Lift your hips up high and let your neck be soft here. Your neck doesn't have to do too much work. Continue to hold this posture until you move towards a point of fatigue for your arms. Breathe with it. Holding postures for an extra extended amount of time, increasing that time under tension, is a great way to build strength. Stay with this for one more breath in, and then exhale, come on down to your knees and drop down to your forearms. We'll come into our last and final pose for today, Dolphin Pose. So Dolphin is going to incorporate some of the elements we've already done, like Sphinx in the upper body and Down Dog in our torso and legs. Press into your forearms, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Your head does not touch the ground here. Instead, you're pushing into your forearms, keeping your shoulder blades wide on your upper back and allowing your neck to be nice and long. Tiptoe your feet a couple inches closer to your elbows. Notice if your elbows just want to spread out on your yoga mat, hug them back in. So rather than letting them go extra wide, pull them back in towards the frame of your shoulders. Even if that's just an isometric hug, you'll feel your chest turn on just a little bit and continue to push into your arms. So we have that pressing muscle. We also have some stabilizing muscles. A lot of different things are working. And it's not just the big muscles we see on the outside of the body. We also have smaller muscles that are helping us stay stable deep in the joint. Breathe with this and notice if this is crunching in your neck. Instead, push with your arms and let your neck be soft. Stay here for a couple breaths, moving toward that point where your body's shaking just a little bit. You are strong. You're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down and take a seat. Allow your hands to come behind your back, interlace them, and take a big stretch. As you press your knuckles away from your chest, open up your chest by breathing across your lungs. Feel a big stretch for your biceps, a big stretch for your pec muscles, your chest muscles, up into your shoulder joint. Good. Now cross your right arm in front of your heart. Hug your left arm around it. Stretch your shoulder, your deltoid. Keep your shoulder blade down away from your ear. Switch sides. Left arm across your chest. Right arm hooks around to hug it in. If you're collapsing or caving in the middle back, can you lift your chest nice and tall? Feel that muscle, a big muscle of our shoulder, get a nice stretch. And release. There you have it. There's no way around it. When we're doing a vinyasa practice, you're going to be in plank, you're probably going to be in down dog, and if you love yoga and you're looking to deepen your practice, those poses are going to come up a lot. So these 5 variations of some of my favorite upper body strengthening poses and shoulder stabilizing poses are things that you can revisit often so that you start to build the stability, stamina, and strength you want so that you can start to advance your asana practice. And you might not even want to advance your asana practice. You might just want to have stronger, more stable shoulders for daily living. These are great postures for any activity in which you want to feel certain that your shoulders and upper body are game for the task. If you liked powering up your practice, please join me for my 30-day Power Up challenge. Throughout that challenge, I'm going to be offering you new ways to think about your practice and new ways to deepen your mat practice. And because we're building physical resilience, we're also building mental resilience. And you'll notice that the benefits of this challenge come with you off the mat into everyday life. I can't wait to see you in that challenge. And until then, namaste. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you never miss my videos. Follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration. I have tons of awesome videos already ready for you on our Yoga Plus app, or you can head over to Amazon Prime.
Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.